Everyone, it's Kim. Today is Saturday, May 2nd. I wanted to give you a little update of what we've done in the last couple of days. You can see I have put my glider back outside. It is incredibly windy, so I hope you can hear me okay. I tucked my microphone inside, so I'm hoping you'll be okay here. I don't want too much wind noise. But we have reconnected our gutters as well so that we can collect water. This tube here I'm going to be putting down into I want to move one of my big 330-gallon totes over here, but in the meantime what we do is we take this tube here and we actually run it across the sidewalk into that. There's a hole right here. There's a great big cistern, underground cistern down here, and we keep it full so that we have our fresher water supply, and we can then use a sump pump to pump it wherever we need it, which we do with, if we're not getting enough rain and we need to fill the water barrels, we do that. So let me go see. We did move the trailer for the birds outside. They don't need to be indoors anymore. And I'll show you, I have moved the pigs to a different area because quite frankly they were getting a little stinky. And we're waiting for the ground. We had a lot of rain for 3 days, so it gets a little too soft here to get the tractor back. As soon as the tractor or the ground dries up a little bit, we're going to clean out that one side of the where the pigs were sleeping all winter. What we do is we like to drag it out, and then I throw a bunch of lime down and we lightly till it in, and it will freshen it up for us. So she must have just laid an egg. That's known as the egg song, if you guys have never heard it. You can see we moved the pigs over here where we used to keep the trailer, and we made them access out to the back in the section where the turkeys are right now. And they get along fine. They don't hurt the turkeys. It doesn't bother them at all. We want them out of here because, like I said, it's getting a little stinky. Oh, you guys are crooked as heck, aren't you? It's getting a little stinky, and we want to clean that up. So I barter a lot of my eggs for straw. My neighbor just dropped off some straw for us because we want to clean the turkey coops out here. It's spring cleaning time. Oh, God, it's a little tight here. We had our pigs. The pigs can come back here, and we put them onto the where the turkeys are, and they'll start to loosen this up. This one, because it's smaller, it gets really compacted, and the pigs will come in here and they'll root it up. As you can see, they've been digging around in here, and it just loosens it up, and then we can clean it out a little better. Every time I come out here, everybody's got to tell me something, I guess. So we made it. You can see they can come right out, right through this door here. The pigs don't bother the turkeys. Turkeys don't bother the pigs. And they come in here when they're hungry, and they will clean out that coop. And later this afternoon, we will go and clean it out. Ducks are out in the pond having a good time. Yeah, it's still a mess here. We got a lot of cleanup to do, but we're getting there. And with the help of the piggies, we'll get that coop clean. The other ones are not so compacted. These ones are easy to clean in here because there's more room for them. And this one, for whatever reason, it gets really compact, especially I should say, these guys, the Tom in here likes to fight through. You can see we have to block things off on each side so they can't fight through. And he was spilling his water a lot in the winter, and then it gets in the straw, and then it gets nasty. So the pigs have come in here, and they've already removed some of it. I've taken out of here. Back there, it's not so bad. But right up here where all the water and the food was, it's a mess. And they must not be hungry because you can see there's still a lot of food on the ground. But they do a good job. They're my little helpers in the springtime. They got to do got to get their little fat butts doing something around here, because I decided I can't eat them because I turn them into pets. So anyway, that's a little update here. We'll get them back to work eventually. We just let them go. And I have this fence here. I had to move my chicken box back up in here. Actually works really well because the pigs can't push that in the way. But the chickens weren't happy with everything being moved too far. They kept looking for a way to get back to where the pigs are right now, and the turkeys, they were upset because it was blocked off. And let's see what the girls are up to. Now the little ones are in there helping them out. They're just content. Gave them some fresh hay last night. And they just get to munch around. They're much happier having their food available whenever they feel like it. My pretty little Charity. For those, I've had several people ask me what happened to their ears. As you can see, they don't have any ears, or they have tiny little buds. These girls are known as La Manchas, and they're actually born without ears. It's not like we chop them off or anything like that. And if you actually were to show them, the tinier the ears, the better on these guys. They want them to be, they call them gopher ears. And she's got perfect little gopher ears. Although I have to admit, I'm kind of prone to big-eared animals. That's why I fell in love with this girl here. You know, you can see by my dogs, they got great big ears. But I bought these girls. My granddaughter was with me. We went to a livestock auction, and I made one bid, and the guy said they're bottle babies, and everybody quit bidding. So I picked both of them up really, really cheap. And at the time I was milking this girl, so it didn't bother me that I had to feed them by bottle. I just milked her and gave them the bottles. And they're just sweet little girls. They're kind of like, to me, they're kind of like big sassy dogs because I leash trained them all. But even then I don't take them out on leash. They just follow me around the farm wherever I go. Of course, they stop and eat things that they're probably not supposed to too much. This girl has really perfect little ears for a show goat too, see? She's got the tiny little gopher ears, they call them. The smaller the ears on a La Mancha, the better they are for show quality. So they get teeny little ears, and believe me, they hear just fine. They can hear me come out the back door, which is probably, I don't know, 70 yards away. Yes, they're sweet. My sweet girls. Yes, they're sweet girls. I need to get the milk stand out so I can trim their hooves up this summer or this spring. It's springtime. It's time to get them all trimmed up, huh? Yeah, because they don't have much. I mean, it's rocky out there, but it's not rocky enough to keep their hooves down. They tend to fold underneath down here, and it's not good. They get stuff. Yeah, you need your hooves done, honey. Got to get it ready to go. That'll be a chore I got to get done in the next couple of days, huh? Yeah, my sweet girls. But anyway, that's an update for today. Like I said, it is horribly, horribly windy out here today. Look at, this is just sitting in the barn. Look at how bad it's blowing everything. And that's protected. So, piggies are back in. See, like I said, they come in when they want a little snacky snack. They can get up and down, and they'll come in, and they'll go in and out of that turkey coop. They'll loosen it up. We're going to let them stay all day. They can come and go and eat at will. And speaking of Will, he's outside. You probably can't see him out there. I don't know if you can. Let me see if I can zoom in on him a little bit here. Yeah, Mr. Will out there. He's out there eating grass. So they're having a good time. They enjoy going to new areas with fresh grass. Uh-oh, piggy fight. One wants to get past and the other one don't want him past. So that's my life around here. Well, I thought I'd take a little peek at these little raised beds I made out of my composter. Things are doing okay in there. You know, it's just kind of slow going, but I see we're getting a lot of new leaves on everything. And I see things are starting to sprout in here. Look at that. My pak choi, my broccoli are coming up. I think I see a cabbage or two popping up. Now, I do purposely seed things. You can see they're way too close together. And when they start getting taller, even if they're only a couple inches tall, I could take one or two out and I throw it like in a fried rice or something like that. I see a couple of my onions are coming up really nice. I'm not going to open that up. It's just too windy today. But we'll go take a peek at, I see something really good over here. I think I'm going to pick this little spear here for Just a little treat for dinner. Look at my asparagus. It's starting to come up. My purple asparagus, there's one there. And I got a nice little cluster coming up there. They're not real happy in this bed. It's not deep enough. So that's another thing we have to get done is I'm going to dig up down there. That's way too shady. I'm going to move these bushes. We're going to take these timbers and we're just going to shorten this up, and I'm going to make this a lot deeper here for the asparagus. This bed, no matter what I do, the strawberries don't do well here either. One, the chickens get to them. Two, the wild birds get to them. And no matter what I do, I can't keep the grass out. So I think I'm going to dig those out. I'm going to put down some landscape fabric when I replant so that I can at least have a fighting chance against the grass anyway. These are cranberry bushes, by the way. My chives, I've been eating those. You can see the tops have been cut off. A lot of weeds in here I got to clean up. Let's see what else I got. Oh, I got an errant raspberry coming up. I have thornless raspberries. I love those. You don't get poked so much. I have to move this. I see somebody's been munching the tops off. This is garlic that self-seeded itself. I need to get those moved out and spread around. There's quite a couple little clumps there I see. Let's see. Oh, I got my comfrey's coming up. I got a nice clump of comfrey I'm going to replant. And this is oregano. It's coming back. I love my oregano. It comes back every year. I've had this, oh gosh, I don't know how many years. I keep dividing it off and passing it on to other people. And I moved it from my other house. I think I moved it from my original house many years ago. Oh, I got some weeds in there that need to come out though. So I'm going to definitely save that when I, move things. And I just take it in the fall. I use it fresh when I can, and then in the fall I dry it, make my pasta sauce and such like that. A couple more raspberries that go where they don't belong. Eventually those are going to get moved to a sunnier location as well. But let's see, what else? That's about it back here. It's only the 2nd of May. It's way early in Michigan to get much going. So let's go take a look at what I have still on my porch. Well, thankfully I had no damage done. This was up there and it blew down. It was covering these. These are going to have to go back in the house. Oh, you can see the wind is crazy. It just blew open my door. So I need to get some of these things back up against where they're a little more secure, and I'll have to, our latch is broken, so we have to, I bolt it from the inside. So I'm going to put those back in the house, and these guys I'm going to have to tuck up against the porch, or I might have to put those in the house. You can see it's just crazy windy today. I like them to get in the wind somewhat because it strengthens the stems on them. When you grow indoors, if you don't put a fan on them, they can get weak and leggy, and when you go to put them outside, they want to fall over. So I like a certain amount of wind on them. Even those, I may leave out and tuck them in because they're getting enough wind in there that you could see them moving, and that's good for them. So these ones, I'm afraid they're going to get blown off the porch. I'm going to tuck that one, the big one, up, way up against the wall here. But, I had to transplant. I didn't have to, but I plant my seeds really thick in the little 4-packs, and I wanted them in kind of their permanent home until they go outside. And this one might be having a little trouble here. The one thing that's nice with tomatoes is you can plant them a lot deeper than what they were growing. And the great big one there, that's a zucchini. I hope it doesn't outgrow me before I can get it outside. If it does, I'll just put it in some, I'll cover it up really well. But my potatoes, I'm so excited. My potatoes are coming up here and here. I thought they rotted off. That, I believe that's Napa cabbage, and that's going to have to get transplanted and thinned out a little bit. I did go ahead and pick some of this and made myself a salad. Can't really tell, but I took a lot from this area and had a salad yesterday, so that was nice. My first spring salad, homegrown. I got a pea coming up in here. So the stuff on the porch is not even close to what it was in the hydroponics. So the girls are getting blown. You can see how windy it is here today. Anyway, that's the update for this week. My last vlog for this week. Not a whole lot going on. It's starting to green up all around, which is this is the part I love about spring. Things start popping up. I start getting some color, and yes, I happen to love dandelions. I love the yellow, and someday that whole little yard over there, when it gets covered with yellow blossoms, it's just so gorgeous. And then the honeybees come, and it's just pretty amazing to me. But there you go. I hope you enjoy a little look around, and if you have any questions, let me know. Have a wonderful day, everybody.